बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय
तेरी मेर दा बोलना तुदे आगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहेगुरु गुरु रामदास आद गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सत गुरे नमः श्री वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। In the transfer of our life, we pass every day as a very qualifying factor. Sometimes we like it, sometimes we don't like it, but still the day will go. And when we do not face the day, we can face through the dreams, through the thoughts. Actually, the entire world of ours is based on a thought. 18,000 thoughts per minute pass through us. That means emotions, feelings, desires. And we care all the time what people will say to us, how people will feel. But we have never considered this thing, how my soul will feel, how my Creator will feel, how I'll feel to myself as a creature. It's very important for us, for other people, and their opinions, their likes and their dislikes. Because in reality, we also want that our opinion be cared for others. Others should like us, others should care for our opinion. So we create prejudice. Oh, so-and-so is thief, so-and-so is wrong, so-and-so is cheat, so-and-so is not correct. So we create these prejudices, and thus this mind, janam janam ki man lagi kala hua sya, this mind which has come from many incarnations, dirty and black, and finally through the Guru's well, it gets to a human life, the Atma, and gets into a human body to clarify the experience of infinity, is totally destroyed. Because we create a very powerful prejudice, we create circumstances in which we are unable to even redeem ourselves later. We can only face the consequences. We can never face the sequence. Because we start the sequence. There is a saying, ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੂੰਹ ਕੱਢ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਿੰਡੋਂ ਕੱਢਾਂ. The word said, you speak me out of the mouth, I'll turn you out of the town. And if you really want to understand, the whole world is based on one thought. And one statement you ever made here and there, which developed itself ultimately to a big phenomena. Because fact of life is that you are a relevant term in the life of this planet. And you are born to take care of that. This body was given to you for the sensory system of the soul. And once you start taking care of the sensory system of the soul, then you start learning how to live. That is why in Sri Guru Granth there are so many shabad in which it addresses the mind. Oh my mind, listen. Oh my mind, act. Oh my mind, be. Oh my mind, guide yourself. Mind is considered a very separate personality. Because the conflict between I and thou always is reflective. But where comes to mind, it is always directly addressed by the Guru as a separated entity. Soul is dormant. Soul has taken a birth to see the experience of God, creation and its infinity, to go from here unto infinity of the mind itself. That's why Guru said in Japji Manjite Jagdeet, if you can conquer your mind from your negativity and your ill thoughts and from your lower self, you can win the whole world. It is not that some people have this very wrong idea, oh my God, if I not protect myself, I cannot think wrong, I cannot think what people can do me, how can I protect myself? That's not true. Actually, you pollute yourself. Mana achint paap te dar rahe. Oh my mind, that's Guru's words. Oh my mind, what you cannot even think in far distance, avoid it. Avoid it. So people do not think their mind is an identity. Mind is a definite identity with the power of intellect to release 18,000 thoughts per minute. And few days, the complex is when you do not have wealth, which is required. Wealth is not a bad idea. When you don't have wealth, then you are upset. You don't have it. When you have it, you are upset. Somebody is going to take it away. Because you took it away. The very unfairness in you is always a haunting thought. If you have a fair wealth and you have earned it right, you will never think that somebody can take it away or somebody can be wrong. Because your comparative study is by your own actions. So the very fear of your own life is always a guiding factor. It's always a creating factor. And that is what you call it, one lives one's nightmares. Because when a person is insecure, person is not insecure, person does not have faith in God at that moment. Because once you know your Creator, Almighty God, by experiences with you, you shall not have fear. A lot of people these days feel, oh, the economy is terrible. Well, it was terrible all the time. When it was good, it was terrible. When it was terrible, it was terrible. Oh, the weather is terrible. Weather was terrible and always terrible. Oh, my life is terrible. You have to create that word for apathy to create sympathy. It is amazing that in this planet, 90% people need apathy. And this is what it is all about. If you work one day under apathy, you have ruined your full human life. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Apathy means you have totally void and you are no sympathetic self and you have no self-esteem and self-respect. It means you are asking others to sympathize with you. It is kind of a very professional, social, psychotic beggar asking for help and constant help. Please. And most of the time, in total absolute analysis, 60% of the apathy created is wrong, is imaginary, is never true. It is the only self-negativity which is creative and it's magnified into the simple apathy for which you need sympathy. So when we do the human study and we study in the light of what Guru has said, and in Guru's teaching, we are very shocked that how mankind for years and years have suffered under the stress of self-inflicting injury of this negative nature, to which Guru has rationally asked and organized, Man tu Jyot Swarup hai. Oh my mind, you are the light of God. You are given as a God's light. And if you go to other places like Bible or other scripture, there is a one thing, behold. Be in hold of yourself. You can stop. The only most strong word they have used is behold. Because why they use the word behold? Behold. You will find these expressions in Sri Guru Granth and other scriptures. Because once you say something, it's out of your mouth. It means the vibrations are out. Then it is multi-level. Then it's a mega sequence. Then it's not. And by communicating these words every day, you earn one thing, Naam. You earn a Naam. Guru says, earn a Naam. You earn Naam. Rat, snake, fox. Oh, he's stupid. These are your names. This is what you earn. Rather than Guru Saran Singh, Joginder Singh, Harbhajan Singh, Sri Ram Singh. No, these are the Guru's given name. These you earned from Guru to live to. That is the destiny of the spirituality. But by deeds, karmi apo apni ke nede ke dur, by your name, you earn a different nickname. Hai bhi naam. Naam ho bhi, that's also naam. Hey, don't talk to him, he's a snake. Hey, avoid his company, he's a freak. Don't go near him, he's stupid. And these are the names given to you by friends who learn with you by experience and by relevance terminology. Hai bhi naam. Oh bhi naam hai. This is also known. Oh, he's a saint. He's gracious. He's kind. He's compassionate. He's pakka hi sevadar hai. He's perfect serviceful. He has a heart like that of a lion. Richard the Lionheart. Name, eh? Though he was a king, there are many kings. But he learned a name. This qualification name is a mantra, not true. Mantra is mantra, and one mantra is given by the Guru is called Guru Mantra. That is given to purify yourself. A naam nahi. Naam is that which you earn, which is identify your total personality, which is your total reality. And that, without that naam And when Guru says, earn that naam, and without that naam there is no end to life, and there you can qualify yourself, that means what you are being understood as. That is very different what you want to be understood as. That's a separate issue. And what you pretend and public relation for it, what you want to be understood, is totally different. But in reality, all of us are. It was shock to me. I was talking to somebody and I say, I love to talk to you. It's very great fun. It's real. And somebody said, please, Yogi ji, let's leave this place. I said, what's so wrong? This guy is so good. He said, no, he's a leech. He puts out this vibration and people start liking him and loving him, and then he start sucking them one way or the other. He is a real history. And this history, he said, is so horrible that I can give you account of it. I say, how you know? He said, I have left no blood in me. Are you going to be a second partner with this game of mine? It didn't bother me what he said, but it did affect me that this man who was so good, so kind, so effective, so good looking, who I wanted to talk to and enjoy for a while, has a naam, has a name, has a nickname. He's a leech. But I didn't stop there. I turned around. I said, are you aware of something which I want to talk to you privately? He said, what? I said, people call you leech. I confronted him. And you know, shocking to me, he said, yes, some people do have told me that. I said, do you understand you are a human being and not a leech? Leech is a small little thing, you know, it sucks bloods and does things, and people, you are so big and so beautiful, and people call you leech. He said, well, there's something wrong sometimes, you know, things happens, and he was so defensive. And then he didn't want to talk. So it confirmed that the man had a name, Leech. And this guy was telling me, could you, sir, tell me he was a leech in the last lifetime? I said, am I discussing now lives with you? I mean, you told me the leech, so I confronted him. And he admitted that he has been told that way many times. What do you mean by previous life he was a leech, now he's a leech? Now the previous life he was a leech, why he is in a human body? He couldn't be born as a leech, you mean God has gone, his mechanism has failed. Oh, it's that bad? No. If even I said he was a leech last time, he could have been human now because he has a chance. We all have a chance of the naam. We are asked Naam Simar, Naam Simar, Naam Simar Manamerya. Naam Simar means worship the identity which God gave you. E jiyo har mandir hai pai. This body of yours, this being of yours is a temple of God. There are so many examples. If you just take those little words and not read it by closing your eyes and go through that, you have to read 60 pages per hour and you gotta go. If you just stay with it, understand what Guru says, and realize, and feel right, then see what it is. The most precious thing in this life is not what people say. People will say, Karmi apo apni ke nede ke dur. People say what your action will make them to say. People will say what you say to yourself. If you cannot uplift yourself, if you can work on yourself, apni athi apna appe hi kaj swari hai, with your own hand you have to correct yourself. You have to correct your being. This word of ours is a word of experience. and his experience of word in it, W-O-R-D in the W-O-R-L-D. There's nothing. Every word uttered and every sentence spoken, every communication made has an effect. Not on the other person, on you. It will get you. There's a very beautiful story and I like to recite it. There was a very hefty, powerful, tall man. He was a champion. He was going, and there was one very, very town's mischievous boy. He used to torture and tease everybody. So he came and he walked by him and he stuck a pin in his butt. Just by going. The man caught him. He said, "What you did this for?" He said, "Oh, I wanted to see how strong you are. Whether you can catch me or not, whether you can know me or not." He said, "Marvelous. It's a splendid job." So he gave him 1 rupee. He said, "You deserve a prize. So here is 1 rupee. He thought, my God, it's really a good job. So this guy gave him 1 rupee and walked away. He has not gone further. This little boy went to another person and stuck the pin in somebody else. He caught him and beat the hell out of him. Somebody asked him, "Why you gave him a rupee? Why didn't you stop him?" He said, No. It was not within my consciousness to beat him up. I paid the rupee, somebody else can do my job. ये है theory, ये कर्म है, ये कर्म. This is a karma, how it works. People do not understand. People think action has a reaction, equal and opposite. Also reflected triangles are equal. Somebody else will end up doing job and many will do job then. Therefore, it is the company and whole company of friends which will start calling him leech. Or a rat, or a fox, or a snake, whatever the animal name is, because those animals have a qualifying nature. So it is not 1 to 1 here. It is 1 to many and many to 1. This is how the identity is qualified. Some people are very slippery. They think they cannot be seen. It is unfortunate. Those who are not to be seen are always seen. They are on a candid camera of God. They do not understand. That's why a person does not understand. That is what the only reality which you have to adhere to. It's not what people say to me and what I will say to people. It's not this group I belong to and this group I don't belong to. And this group educates me against that group. It's a group therapy. But is there any conscious therapy that you can talk to your own consciousness and not be a wishy-washy and a chameleon? And don't you understand that sometimes you have to understand what you say to yourself? Once in a lifetime I had a personal experience and somebody came and he said, "Well, you are my teacher." I said, "No, I'm not your teacher. Who told you I'm your teacher?" He said, "I have told myself. And I need a teacher, and student is ready, teacher appears." I said, "First of all, gentlemen, with that kind of ego, nobody gets a teacher. Secondly, I don't initiate anybody, so what do you mean I'm your teacher? If you want to find a teacher, go somewhere else. I'm not that stupid that I have to initiate somebody who cannot initiate himself and herself. There's a war going on here of consciousness." He said, No, you are my teacher." I said, "Okay, keep on thinking, doesn't matter to me." 6 years later, I received a call. "You are my teacher, I'm leaving you, I want to see you." I said, 6 years ago I told you I'm not your teacher. 6 years later I'm telling you I'm not your teacher. You never deserved it because you never left home. At that time you were in your ego, Now you are in your ego. You came in with your ego, you are living with your ego, you are intact, you are one piece. Idarashtam kitarashtam. As you have come, so you are going. Empty hand you came, empty hand you are going. Didn't I tell you? Life is the identity of crisis. And in this crisis, there are challenges. And God knows from which corner somebody is going to tell you to be great. It was very funny. I was once working in a group. And they were so popular, they swayed over America. They were just the fad of the time. Everybody was following it. So once I happened to look at the system and I laughed. Because somebody told me these people are so much into themselves and themselves and themselves. I said, you know one thing? The eye can be stretched onto a certain amount. After that it breaks. I has no infinity and thou has infinity. Therefore dharma will spread forever. This thing will not go. And this problem that today is right and tomorrow is wrong and I'm here and I'm not there, it is just a swinging identity. Now can you believe when the mind is swinging, the identity is swinging, the person is swinging, 380 some miles per hour you are swinging, where your life will be? It's a very qualifying factor. Nobody understands that it's our primary duty, essential, to recognize Naam, my identity, given to me by my God, complete and clear. This is all a Sikh has to learn. That organically God made you to learn. And what you are learning is to be you. Not by process, not by group therapy, not by guidance, but by reverence, but by grace, but by selflessness, by self-esteem. There are a lot of people who wants companion. It's not a bad idea. You should have a companion. But is your soul your companion? You are looking for a soulmate. Are you looking for your soul? Are you looking for yourself? Are you identifying with your own identity? There are simple things, very relevant small things, very little defined things, which are needed by people. Few days ago, I was seeing a ex-3HO person, great ex, and I met very casually in a very graceful manner, and the person said, well, once we were great friends and I was a great admirer of you. I said, no, I gave you dharma, you dropped it. It was your responsibility to carry it. You X'd it, that's why you were called ex-friend. I did my job to my honesty. Beyond that, I had no responsibility. I was not your friend. In my friendship, it was the consciousness, you and your soul and your identity. I gave you face and grace, and I wanted you to stand before the whole world and say, I am, I am. That's all I gave you. You fell apart. It has no problem. Can I come back? I said, try it again. That's what the spider said in the cave to King Bruce. try again. There's no relevant term of this. Everybody is telling everybody, you got to learn this, you got to learn that, you be this. And nobody wants to listen what Guru says. Guru says, learn to be you. And learn God has made you to be. And Guru word is the guide. And this is what Guru said. If there are 100 moons and 1,000 suns, in spite of Guru's words, you will always live in darkness. And Guru says, in Janta ke vas kuch nahi, these people have no authority. They are not for you. They are only for you because you are not you. Once you are you, then nobody is for you. Then you are for everybody. It reverses the cycle of life, and that's the beginning life of a Sikh. There's no dirt in it. It's clear. That's the life of a Khalsa. That's the purity. It is a see-through situation. If your presence cannot have the radiance and cannot guide the self, and you cannot be yourself, then there is something fundamentally wrong. You have not accepted God. And the hunger and the pain in you, and the need and the want and the run for this Maya, you'll never find anything. In the burning desert, you will find a river, but when you reach it, it will be a hot sand. I have seen it. Guru has said it, and it has been seen for ages. Every sage has said so in very clear consciousness. The man contribution is one's own destruction in the face of God. Self-destruction is that rebelliousness, that denial unto the giver God, that I did not accept it. I did not accept the great and grace and the length and the breadth and the width and the strength of thee, thou. Therefore, the attitude is never gratitude. Person is never grateful. And grateful word has two words in it, great and full. First one, you have to be great, then you have to be full. You swing like an earthquake. Have you seen anybody building palaces on the earthquake where the mountain comes out? Do anybody like that land? Naam is name of noun, a person, place, of thing. It's the basic coordinating absolute identity of self. And person has one quality as a human. Must you identify yourself? I am, now, through time, in calamity, forever. I'll face the death with smile. And look at our prayer. It's a very simple prayer. Some people say, oh, that is that, oh, that is that, oh, this man is this, oh, that man is that. It's such a fun. Look at our prayer. 4 sons of the Guru Gobind Singh, 5 beloved ones. And those who cut limb by limb, those who shredded piece by piece, those who went to the death wheel, those who went boiled alive, those who were skinned alive, those who were burned alive, never uttered a word of sorrow. What a strength they might have. What a patience they might have. What a human tolerance. What a sample they were. What a powerful impact they had when the executioner left his axe and said, I can't do it. What am I doing here? And here, man is just destroyed by the inner emotion, the search and the feeling for the sensual and sexual and sensory, chaotic, neurotic feelings, and the fear of loss and insecurity In the kingdom of God, greater is forgotten, abandoned, denied, unaccepted. I was consoling this morning the mother. She said, how can dog? I said, no, God, not dog. God. I said, yeah, God, dog. What I'm saying? I said, you are saying dog. You can say God. How can God take away my son from me? That you should say. Oh, what did I say? I say, how can dog take away my son from me? That's what you are saying. Oh, I am angry, I'm this. After that, I said, who gave it to you? इकना देकर पुत पुता कर पोतरे, इकना देकर तियां तियां कर दोतरे, इकना देकर एक को भी जाए मर, कौन आखे साहिब नु इंज नहीं तेंज कर. Some have sons and grandsons, and some have daughters and granddaughters, and some have only one. If that one dies, who can tell God do what and what not? You question the Creator, which is Para Par Brahm Parmeshwar. You see how stupid this human consciousness is? When it comes to the black end of it, it has no faith of the Creator and His creation and His tranquility, and it's care what people will say. Don't I care what I say to myself? Why people call me freaks? Don't I call myself freak when I freak out? Isn't that the repetition of the karma? Each day my actions create repetition. And doesn't it know an ordinary fact without going to any gurdwara, temple or a synagogue that your reputation travels ahead of you? And everybody knows who you are? It's very surprising. Someday I was walking to somebody, the other guy said, oh, I want to meet Mr. So-and-so, and I shook my hand and the guy started doing like this. Later I said, you introduced me, it's so fine, man. What do you meant by that? He said, oh, a little loony. So I wanted to warn you. Can you believe a friend is introducing somebody, another friend, and then did this? Right there on the spot, just hiding that way, he's a little off, gone off. That's why Amrit Vela Sachinao, Vadayai Vichar, Karmi Ave Kapuran Nadri Mukduar, Nanak Ene Janiye Sabha Sasya. That line is very important. You get her Randi in the morning. And some people are now saying, oh, I do sadhana, I get up in the morning, I do my thing. Well, you do early in the morning sadhana and the whole day you think negative, balance come 80% less. That doesn't mean if you just read Bani and do your sadhana for a while and then whole day you debauch yourself. Karam ta karam hi hai. Karam taram. Karam ta karam hi hai. Early in the morning you get up, do sadhana, purify yourself. A taram hai. This will serve you. But karam also creates the load. That's not true. So qualifying factor is that once you take a path with the words of the Guru, the problem with the Sikhs is very simple. This is a religion where there's no man rules. The ruler of this dharma is the Shabd Guru. And the beauty of the Shabd Guru is that it cannot come out and shake hand with you, but it will say the same thing again and again, how neurotic you may be. You can read the Sri Guru Granth, take the hukam 250 times, it will give you the hukam. With a man you ask 200 times same question, after a while he said, please, take your road. I can't. You are on my nervous system. So the infinity of God is so presented in the Shabda Guru, the man can understand the depth and the reality forever. Ehani. This is not what life is all about. Excuses are self-abuses. And where there is an ego, there shall be no amigo. In the end of the journey, you will dig your own ditch, for which you have pitched already. Please don't blame anybody did for you. How limited you can make your life, how afraid you are. Measure it yourself every day. That is sadhana, that's meditation. That every day you should know, and every day you should expand. Let your day should be better than yesterday. Let your relationship with yourself be brighter than yesterday. Let you be little more beautiful in the eyes of people than yesterday. That is walking as a Sikh. I was asking one man, I said, where are you coming from? Oh, sir, I went to a therapy. I said, Sikh and therapy? Well, I can't say it is a medical question. Is your insurance paying for it? He said, yes. I said, God bless the insurance. What do you mean, sir? I said, I'm not saying anything. Sikh and therapy? Sikh is one person who fully understands to start with, he is going to therapy himself. Sikh means self-therapy. If you're not learning to do self-therapy, when you're going to learn? You mean we can't go to therapy? I said, no, you should go to therapy. Rather go every hour, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Do all the therapy. What are you going to get? I want to talk to somebody. I said, talk to your own soul. When I talk to something, I go to the Guru, talk. I have a question, will Guru answer? I say, why not go? Go, talk, see, experience. Man mata mahe andhbhyo. This blind, intoxicated man in the ego is blind, andhbhyo. And look at it. The 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100-year-old age, that's all they think it is. They do not say Atma Ambara, it has come from infinite time to infinite time. It's an onward process of reality. It's not a life of karma, it's a life of dharma. Vekya and Ditkita. Look at our Adas. Sikh sees the negativity of somebody, ignores it, and blesses the person so other person can be uplifted. Here, they become gossip machine. Gossip is a gold to them. That's why telephone companies are so rich they can afford that advertisement. It cannot go on. Ultimately, this is the age of Aquarius. It is an age of a saint and a sage where a person in qualifying factor has to qualify himself and herself as complete in experience of self. And a person has to be so self-adamantly real that once the perfect has made me perfect, I can do my own perfect therapy. What's wrong? Well, those who sing the song of the Guru, Kal Yug mein Kirtan Pradhana, those who sing the song of the Guru, they are never going to be wrong. They'll be always uplifted and right by the grace. Because the harmony of the music and the words of the wisdom of the Guru will guide them slowly and gradually and let them mark on their own path. Once you start learning on your own path, then you know how to walk. Once the Shabad of the Guru comes in your heart, then you know how to talk. Once you identify yourself, then you know how to be. It's my prayer that we walk on this path with that strength of self, that beauty, and not do window shopping, waste their life, and come with all the blessing of God in a human body to experience our soul and infinity and creativity of God and go empty hand, to recycle. That's why the word recycling is very beautiful in the age of Aquarius. Everything has to be recycled. Let our souls not get into the pit of recycle. Let it be delivered, and let we who believe in Thou deliver it with our purity, piety and prayer. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
कागज कलम न लेखन हार मन ने खा बेकरन विचार सा नाम मनोरंजन हो जे को मन जाने मन को ऐसा नाम मनोरंजन हो जे को मन जाने मन को मन ने सुरत हो दे मन भूत मन ने सगल भगवान की सूत मन ने मोहे चोटा न गाए मन ने जम के साथ